Hello, hello, spiritual fam. It is I, MD Traditional, the New Age Light Worker, coming at you straight from my house. As always, if this is your first time here, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to watch someone like me. And if you like what you hear, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. If you are a returning viewer, thank you guys so much. I am truly honored to continue to be a presence within your healing journey. I have all of the links down below, my Instagram, my Patreon's page, and I highly encourage everybody who is looking to create some sort of a in-depth understanding and daily routine when it comes to meditation, setting boundaries, calling in your guides. Maybe you want a clear indication of what's going down that day, specifically energetic-wise, planetary, what specific messages the angels have to say. Head on over to my Patreon's page. I do daily posts every single day regarding the vibration of the day, the message, the planetary movements, as well as a daily guided morning meditation to call in your guides. And it's as simple as $4.44 a month or $9.99 a month. The highest tier is $50 a month, and that includes your natal chart, a reading of what exactly it means to have certain planets and aspects in your natal chart. You also get a monthly Reiki session, distance session with myself, as well as angelology classes. And we are doing this month Urael and Rasael. So I also have a PDF informative packet that will be available per angel on this Patreon's page on this level, as well as a lot of other information that I post on there. So if you guys are all about the planets, your natal chart, archangels, spirit guides, messages, spirit in general, ghosts, and there's your little orbs that like to come down and visit me sometimes, as well as a daily card pull when it comes to like an oracle card. I set that also for the day. So there's a lot of good information. Just head over to Patreon. The link is down below and check it out. It might be something that you can use as a daily tool to amplify your life. So check it out. So today what I wanted to do is make a video about energy. And I know you guys are like, well, you've already done those videos before. But this is a different type of energetic video. So a few days ago, I had a really rough day. And I know a lot of us have really rough days. But this in particular day was pretty tough, even for myself. I am really proud of the fact that I can usually take everything that comes to me and deal with it in a very respectful and dignified way. Now, this has come with a lot of practice and a lot of lessons in life, but I have matured into a very grounded and very peaceful, and I like to separate that because I'm full of peace, individual, mother and wife. But this specific day just busted something down within me, and I could not, for the life of me, understand what was going on. And it almost felt like I took a step back into the past person that I was, and that made me really uncomfortable. So I went about the day. I finished the day off. I made everybody dinner, and as I was sitting there creating the post for my Patreon's page, because I work on it every single day, I had the light bulb effect go off. And I completely understood what was going on. And I'm like, why have I not brought this to everybody's attention? Oh my gosh, it's so important. And so here I am. Now, what I want to talk about is calling back your energy. That's something that a lot of people, just like the mirrors, don't think about. Now, every single day, you give your energy away, either knowingly or unknowingly. And at the end of the day, we're either too far along the day and in our daily routines that we forget to ground or to realign, or we're just exhausted and we're done and we just want to go to bed and let go. So I'm here to remind you of how important it is to call back your energy. And guys, let me sit up here because it's important. I need you guys, see my little microphone? Yeah, he's my little pet. I need you guys to understand that anytime somebody says your name, either within the household or maybe somewhere across town, maybe even somewhere on the other side of the United States, you're on the West Coast and this is taking place on the East Coast, when somebody speaks of you and mentions your name, they're calling your energy in. They're taking a little piece of you. When your kids say mom, when your husband calls you by name, when somebody calls you over the phone, I am looking for Mrs. So-and-so. That energy, guys, we're just giving it away. It's just dissipating. It's leaving us. It's disappearing completely. So as the day progresses and we start feeling more and more exhausted, depleted, and tired, and just pushing and pushing and pushing to just get all of those to-do things and get them done, or whatever's on our checklist for the day. Even grocery shopping, that could be a big deal too. We never bother to think about who could be talking. And I don't want to say about us because I don't want to make this a gossipy thing, but maybe there's a certain situation, maybe there's a certain event that's taking place. Maybe you're creating some sort of a play date between yourself and your kids or your puppy or whoever. Maybe you're planning some sort of a birthday party and you're trying to think of like invites. You're not thinking about the fact that you're actually pulling on somebody's energy. You're just calling out so-and-so by name, writing it down on your list, or maybe they're part of your daily calendar, your monthly calendar, or whatever needs to get done. This is something that's a mindless act, but in speaking somebody's name, you're pulling their energy. And it's no different for me. It's the same thing when I'm calling one of my kids by name. I'm pulling on their energy. Or when I'm thinking of my mom, I'm pulling on her energy. And we never bother to get it back, which is why we always end up depleted and even more tired at the end of the day, and then at the end of the week, and then at the end of the month. And we're just like, another month, another cycle, another of this and another of that. It's because you're depleted and you haven't called back any of your energy. So, I want you guys to understand that it's not lost completely. We are able to get it back. And the way that we're able to get it back is to be able to set some time for you, either once a week, either once a day. If you are typically one of those people that has to come into contact with more than just 10, 15 people a day, if you are in corporate, or if you're a teacher, or if you if you own a business and part of that business is interacting with different people and clients, this is a big, big deal, guys. A big deal. So I want you guys to be able to set some sort of a time. Schedule it in just like you would a spa day or like a shopping day with your girlfriends. Have it in place and stick to it. And this is what you're going to do. It's so simple, guys. It's so simple. All you need to do is quiet the mind. Relax. You can set your candles if you want. You can do this in the tub. You can do this in your shower. You could do this right before you go to bed at night. If you want to put on some binaural tunes or some binaural beats, or if you're just like you're doing your yoga, or if you're doing whatever, that you can just center and ground yourself as you're progressing and you're thinking about all of this, it can easily come to you. You don't want it to become something that feels like it's a burden. You don't want it to feel like a chore. I want this to be so important to you that you will change your schedule around to do this for yourself, because it's important. And if you've been feeling drained, more than likely, guys, you haven't called back your energy. So what I want you guys to do is find a place, center yourself, sit up tall. I always tell my Patreons, shoulders back. That opens up the chest. It opens up your heart space. You can either neutralize your neck or just keep it at, I don't want your neck being down. I want your chin just being semi up. So you're receiving everything also within your crown, within your third eye. You're also allowing your throat chakra to expand. And keeping your shoulders back is going to keep your core active at the same time. So you're doing a lot of things for yourself that is going to amplify this energy in this call. Because you're basically, what you're going to do is you're calling it back home. So it's almost like when your pet runs outside and you don't know where it's at, or your cat. And what are you doing? You're going outside and you're going, tiger, tiger, come home. That's what you're going to be doing to your energy. So once you find this spot, you find this space, you place your shoulders back. If you're lying down, that's completely fine. But I want you to at least, you can cross your legs while you're lying down. But I don't want you to just like drift off into sleep, because I want this to happen before you do so. So there has to be something in place where your mind is still going to be active. Your body is still going to be active. So you find your space. I like to do the whole crisscross applesauce at the same time. And you're going to do some heavy, not heavy, but some really deep breathing. I also tell my Patreons to breathe in from the core. And when it gets to that top level, I want you to hold it there for 3 seconds. And when those 3 seconds come up, if you can't do it for 3 seconds, do it for at least 2 seconds. And then just let it out through the mouth. Forceful air. You're going to keep it going. Breathe in again. Hold it 2-3 seconds. Let it out. Completely let out the space in your belly. Make it as empty of air as possible. Every time you exhale, and then when you breathe in, fill it back up like a balloon. I don't want you to sit here for a very long time. I want you to do this for at least 7 to 8 really good breaths, and then allow yourself to fall into a natural, rhythmic breath, not shallow. That's important. So make sure that you're getting that good oxygen flow in and out. If you find yourself coming out of that rhythm, then hold your breath again for a couple of seconds and try again, and try to fall into that natural state of rhythmic pattern. Once you feel that the brows are starting to droop, once you start feeling that your cheekbones are starting to relax, and you can feel the tension on the necks start subsiding, and you can feel your fingers just kind of start letting go and relax, and your toes release the tension, then this is where I want you to start. And it can be as simple as I call back and then state your name, my energy. I like to be a little bit more in depth. I want to be a little bit more descriptive. And this is because I want to make sure that I get every single piece of me back, because it's mine. And I don't mean that in a selfish way, but it is mine. It's my energy. And every time that I do any kind of Reiki session, even if it's distant, anytime that I do a reading, anytime that I do candle rituals, anytime that I make my oils, anytime that I'm doing anything that has to do with energy, I'm giving a piece of me away as well. So I want to make sure that I get all of that back. So we are going to sit, and what I like to say is I call back the energy that I, MD Traditional, has given, either by permission, with permission, or without permission, either through my knowledge or without my knowledge, either with my consent or without my consent. I call it all back to me now. And then you can picture whatever it is that you want to picture. You can picture light or energy, or I just kind of feel like my centered self becomes a magnet, and you can picture yourself being like a living lodestone. That would be amazing too. Or just a magnet, and everything else is starting to come home. And you can start picturing all of these little puzzle pieces finally coming back together again around your aura, within your aura. And it's starting to take place. It comes back into your spiritual ears. It comes into your eyes. It comes into your throat. It comes right back into your centered self, into your confidence, because a lot of our confidence also stands within our shoulder area. It's what represents the whole slouch. If you have a lot of tension and negative energy, you're going to slouch. So you're going to want to make sure that your confident energy comes back into your solar plexus, into your very core, and sit there until you feel that every single last tidbit of energy is back. And you'll feel it. Keep breathing, keep relaxing, stay in a neutral state of mind, stay awake. That's the most important part. And then just picture yourself being completely full of light. Every single missing piece has made its way back home. There has been there's nothing else that's lingering behind. You feel complete. And then you can relax and go to sleep. You can also say things, if that doesn't resonate with you, you can say whatever it is that feels good to you. Intuitively ask your guides to give you the right words. I like to always say, angels, speak through me and speak for me, because that just lets me know that my ego is out of the way and my guides are speaking for me. So they know just the right words to say in order for me to do what I need to do and to send out that order for the energy to listen and come back in. Now, I know this might sound like some weird brouhaha, but honestly, guys, any single time that somebody says your name, whether it's like, oh, did you know that so-and-so made a new line of perfume? Yeah, I have heard that so-and-so made a new line of perfume. I'm curious about that. Right there is energy released. And you deserve to get it back. It's your energy. And it was taken without your permission and without your knowledge. Now, this doesn't mean that somebody's assaulting your boundaries, because that can also trigger somebody to freak out. Well, people are talking behind my back. People are doing this. Calm down. That's not what I mean. And some people actually do gossip about your whatever it is that you're doing behind your back. That's just what humans do. Moby the meteorologist over here is having a thing. Yes, I'm talking about you. And I just took some of his energy. You see how that works? And I give it right back to you. Take it back. Oh my goodness. Anyways. So either through no fault of their own or knowingly gossiping, you have obviously no control over what's going to happen outside of your immediate vicinity, right? There's going to be people talking about you for whatever reason, either positive or negative. That's not really your territory to kind of go and change. That's a lesson that they have to learn. And it is also a very big, it shows a lot of their character and who they are when people gossip. So don't worry about that. Karma will take care of everything. I want you to worry about what's yours and call back what rightfully deserves to be home. And that's your energy. Because a lot of us just go into this mundane 9 to 5 type of routine, and we start off our day as soon as the alarm clock goes off. The first thing we reach for is our cell phones to make sure that we didn't miss any important calls, or to check your, account, or what my husband loves to do, his stocks. And you mindfully don't set yourself up for any kind of protection against people who are going to be taking your energy without your knowledge or without your permission. So this is essential that you guys call it back, guys, because it's yours. And if somebody took something of mine without me knowing, I would definitely want it back, right? I mean, it's only fair. And energy will always make its way back home. That's where it belongs. It's back home, which is one of the reasons that sometimes when I go about my house and I'm smudging my home, I know that there isn't any kind of negative energy there, or malicious spirits or anything like that. But as I'm going room to room, especially after, like, let's say a holiday party or a holiday dinner, I will go through the house and I will say, this house is not yours. We will no longer house you. Go back to your sender. Go back to your sender. And it's just repetitive. Go back to your sender. Go back to your sender. And I'm walking around the house and I'm smudging and I'm smudging and I'm saying, go back to your sender. Go back to your sender. And this is because energy will always go home to the rightful person that it belongs to. So don't worry about, well, what if I get so-and-so's energy? And what if I get so-and-so's energy? Because I was thinking about that person instead. It's not your energy. You're not going to consume it. So all of this scattered energy it's not stuck to somebody. It's just out there. It's like when you upload a picture to the cloud, it's in this unforeseen place of existence that nobody has ever seen. It's just like, the celestial heavens. It's somewhere out there. And I'm going to call it back home. So don't worry about trying to get somebody's energy that doesn't belong to yours. Your energy will always come back home to yours. But it is imperative and it is essential that you make some sort of a weekly routine to call this back every single time, especially when you start feeling depleted. Ask yourself, have I been a little bit more interactive lately? Have I been around more people than I usually am? You ask yourself all of that. Call your energy in. Sit in meditation, contemplation, prayer, whatever it is that you want to call it, and then see how you feel the next day. You'd be amazed. So if you guys are having a hard week, you aren't alone. Everybody has been having a hard week. Everybody's kind of having that emotional cycle right now, and it's because it's Pisces season, guys. A lot of us, especially our air signs and earth signs too. I mean, this is a perfect time to nurture that soil, to nurture that earth. But us air signs, like sometimes when water season hits, it causes like a tornado or a hurricane in water. It's just like, not just do we have our thoughts, and then we try to put it and ground it, and it just turns into an emotional, chaotic mess. And it's like, Hurricane MD traditional coming at you, and I have to board up my windows because complete chaos hits. So you're not alone. It's happened to a lot of us, and it still is happening. We will get through this. Aries season will be really good for a lot of us, especially us air signs. So hang in there. Call back your energy. Do this work. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. So, I mean, I'm honest. I do it. I practice this. I did it the other day, and the next day I was like, I felt like I had taken 10 5-hour energies, and I was just on it. And I did a lot of the things that I should have done throughout the week, but you know what? I don't cry over spilled milk. It happened. I fixed it, and now able to keep going. And I want you guys to be able to do the same. So I'm giving this to you guys. So that was my little spiel for today. That was my video and my FYI, and a little bit of everything all in one. So take it, test it, go into the weekend and give yourself that time to just really sit with yourself and call everything back in. Smudge your space if you haven't done it in a really long time. It'll do you really good. And see how everything changes and how either smoother it came out, or maybe you need a little bit more guidance. Then head over to my Patreon's page and check it out, or find me on Instagram and drop me a message, DM me. But it should work, guys. So unless you're not grounding every day, and unless you're not setting your boundaries, that's a different story, and that's a completely different video. So yeah, go from there. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. And like always, if you like what you heard, give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Until next time, thank you guys for hanging out with me on this cloudy but beautiful, rainy Thursday here in Colorado. And I will see you guys next time.